Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sherry and today I will be sharing with you my March TBR. This month is kind of extra special. I will be joining Read-O-Rama, which is my first time ever doing a readathon, so I thought I might as well share with you what I'm reading for that, as well as the Color Me Red challenge that I'll be doing this month. The first book on my list is Caraval by Stephanie Garber. I've been hearing so much about this book, been seeing it all over Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and I've always been a fan of books with the circus in them or like whimsical places like Wonderland. So I have high hopes for this one. I actually already started it in February. I think I started on the 27th, 28th, but I didn't finish it, so I'm going to carry it over for March. Unfortunately not really a big fan of it, so yeah, I'm just gonna put that aside. The next book on my list is The Snow Child by Eowyn Ivey, and I don't really have my physical copy yet. Right now I'm listening to it on audiobook, but so far so good. I've seen this book all over my Instagram feed back in January/December, and everybody who's talked about it loved it, so I am so glad I picked it up because right now I'm really enjoying it. Next on my list is War and Peace by Leo Tolstoy. Look at this bad boy. It is so thick. I am terrified. I really want to finish it this month though, so I'm trying to read 50 pages a day. So far I've only missed one day, which is not too bad, but it's a lot harder to get into than Anna Karenina, which I read last month. But because I love that one so much, I'm excited for this one. I heard this one is a lot better. The reason I'm doing War and Peace this month is because I'm actually joining a read-along for it, which is hosted by The Squeaky Cupboard and Astro Books and Coffee from Instagram. I will link their information below if you want to join us. It's for the whole month of March, I believe, and you're free to go on your own pace. Another book on my TBR is From Sand and Ash by Amy Harmon. This is actually the first time I've heard of Amy Harmon or seen her books. I got this book from my Once Upon a Book Club February box. This is historical fiction. It's set in Italy in the 1940s, and it focuses on two main characters that are in love with each other but unfortunately cannot be together. I am actually pretty much done this book because I love it so much. It's such a pleasant surprise because there's always that part of you that's kind of nervous when you're reading a book from an author you don't know, but then there's that excitement when you actually love what you're reading and you're like, yes, I'm gonna read everything they've written. Okay, maybe not everything, but like the other books they've written. Now the next books I'm going to be talking about will be the ones I will be reading for Read-O-Rama. I was actually really excited because I thought I could include From Sand and Ash, War and Peace, and Caraval in that list of books that I'm supposed to be reading, but then I realized I started them way before Read-O-Rama, which starts on the 12th and runs through the 18th, and therefore they don't count. So I had to tweak my TBR a little bit to add more books I wasn't really planning on reading, but I mean, it's a readathon. It's supposed to be challenging, right? So some of these were already on my TBR and some of them are added on. So one of the challenges for Read-O-Rama is to read a book with Rama in the title and or author's name. My book for this is Stopgap by Liam Card. This is an ebook that I got over a year ago and still have not gotten to, so this is actually a really good excuse to finally read it. And I kind of forgot what this book is about. I actually prefer reading my books blind more often than not because I like the element of surprise. But yeah, I do remember being interested in the synopsis of this one, so I am looking forward to reading it and finally writing a review for it because it was an advanced reading copy. I'm getting better, I promise. The next challenge for Read-O-Rama is to read a book with an animal in the cover. So for this one, I picked Fire Touch by Patricia Briggs. This is also another ebook that I got over a year ago that I haven't had a chance to review. Very, very terrible of me. And the main reason is this is actually book number 9 in a series, and I wasn't sure if I needed to read the first 8 to understand what's going on, but you know what, I'm just going to jump into it, hoping that it's individual enough in itself that I'll be able to understand and enjoy it by itself. The next challenge is to read a book where the main character shares your first initial. So for me, that would be the letter S. And the book I picked is The Legion and the Emperor's Soul by Brandon Sanderson. This is actually 2 novellas in one, but both of the main characters share my first initials. So in Legion, the main character is Stephen, and the Emperor's Soul, the main character is Shay. One of those. But I'm actually really happy to be picking up a Sanderson book this year because I feel like 2015 was my Sanderson year where I pretty much read a lot of his books. 2016, I think I read 3 shorter books, but for most of 2016 it was mainly my Robin hobby year, which I love. I love her so much. I'm a little bit obsessed with her. Okay, not a little bit, more than a little bit obsessed with her. I am so excited for her next book that's coming out in May. But anyway, Sanderson. So yes, this is the year that I want to read Sanderson again. I was planning to read Way of Kings, but it was too long. I couldn't find anyone to buddy read it with. So it's still on my shelf, and I should really read it soon because I'm going to a signing in May, and I kind of want to know what's going on with the Stormlight Archive. Since it is March and in the spirit of St. Patrick's Day, the next challenge is to read a book with an Irish element. And for this one, I picked Daughter of the Forest by Juliette Maurier. I think that's how you say it. It sounds French to me. I don't know too much about this book, but I did check that it had an Irish element to it because that's kind of what I remember at some point. It is a retelling, and I am also buddy reading this with a few people on Instagram, and I'm really excited. I actually didn't realize it was a chunky book, and I kind of got nervous because I was like, what am I gonna do? I already have War and Peace, which has 1,200 pages. But just gotta try and binge read. The next challenge on this readathon is to start a series. So my pick for this one is The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers. This was originally on my TBR already because I agreed to do a buddy read with a few friends of mine. So I'm really excited. Hopefully my copy comes in time. So Book Depository, please, please, please. Speed it up. I heard it's science fiction, it's amazing, and everybody's been telling me to read it, so. The next challenge is to read a book about an illness, and my pick for this one is When Breath Becomes Air by Paul Kalanithi. All I know is apparently I need tissues, but I'm really looking forward to reading this one. The last challenge for this readathon is to read a book blind, and for this one I chose Mort by Terry Pratchett. I have never read any of Terry Pratchett's books before. I have heard he has a specific type of humor, so I'm hoping that aligns with mine and that I'm going to enjoy this. Those are pretty much my 7 books for Read-O-Rama. Let me know if you're joining or if you think any of those books sound interesting. If you've read any of them, I would love to hear what you think. But now I'm going to talk about the next challenge that I'll be doing this month, which is the Color Me Red challenge that I personally host. And for this month, I'll be focusing on the genres of memoir and magical realism. So you may have guessed already what my memoir pick for this month is. It's When Breath Becomes Air by Paul Kalanithi because it is also a memoir. And for my magical realism pick, it is The Silence of Bonaventure Arrow. I actually found this book in a thrift store mainly because of the cover. I was also intrigued by the title, and then when I read the description, I was definitely curious to see what it was like. I am a sucker for beautiful writing, and I feel like a lot of magic realism books have that. So I really want to get to this. If you're interested in reading books from the memoir genre or books from the magical realism genre, you can certainly join the Color Me Red challenge. All you have to do is pick a book from each genre or just from one of them and share about your experiences. Be sure to use the hashtag Color Me Red challenge on Instagram, Twitter, or YouTube if hashtags work here. I'm not sure. Overall, I ended up with 11 books on my TBR. That was not planned. I was actually hoping for a quieter month in March. But let's be real, there's a lot of books and very little time, so I don't know, maybe I'll speed read some of these. What I'll probably do is focus on War and Peace before Read-O-Rama starts, because I don't want to start any of my books for that, before that. Or maybe I'll start my magical realism book. We will see how far I get. I tried picking shorter books for the Read-O-Rama because I already, again, have War and Peace and Daughter of the Forest. But we'll see how I do. Wish me luck. Good luck on your March TBR. Let me know some of the books that you're looking forward to reading this month, and if you're joining any challenges. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and click the subscribe button. And remember, read books, be kind, and don't let the muggles get you down. Bye!